Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. You got your...
Okay, okay, now I think it's working.
Now I'm dead.
Alright, let's just check something here. What folder is that going into? Audacity raw files, okay. And it's recording now, so you guys will be like, well, what the hell's happening here? And yeah. But this is the start of the podcast because we're so unorganized. Oh,
We're playing games with my heart.
Oh, my hand.
My heart.
I'm getting like all pins and needles and tingly hand. Did you ever get that?
Now what you do is put your pants down and start giving yourself a howdy stranger.
Welcome to the podcast. Alright, wait, I'm gonna be really annoyed if this hasn't, like, recorded the whole thing, so let's just, oh wait, no, it would have been fine actually, because it would have started, yeah, okay.
Oh.
So, we're into the podcast, we've taken ages to organize the time to do the podcast, and we're doing the podcast. There's your story.
Where's Story's at?
He's there.
Right here?
He's right there.
I don't know. Hey, screaming like a maniac, and you'll get $1.
So guys, where do we start?
We can start with whatever Stories wants to start with. Oh, baby.
I've heard a lot of news, and
Jimmy
you guys-
Uso's been arrested for DUI again.
I was just thinking that.
Then the WrestleMania pre-show is going to be an hour.
Yeah. It said it was
what else
gonna.
is there?
It said it was going to be interactive and people could vote for stipulations of matches or certain ways of matches halfway through.
It won't be.
no more Henry and Ryback.
Well,
Rob Van Dam's contract expires next week. Or it had already expired last week. And,
yeah, it expired on the weekend apparently. Do you really think they should re-sign him? I don't really care about Rob Van Dam anymore.
Whoa! Nah, I don't really. They haven't done nothing with him, really. Come on, really?
I mean,
he started.
He was good as world champion at TNA, and then after that, other people have just become more entertaining and better, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really see, any reason. If he's probably on quite high pay, you would imagine. So I don't see any reason to keep him on, in my opinion.
See, well, would he come to WWE? That's the question.
Even if I don't think they'd want him for long, and I don't think they'd use him very well. And I don't know if he'd want the travel schedule, because that's I think the original reason he moved to TNA.
Yeah.
So whether that's Rob Van Dam doing that, or maybe he'll just persuade them to sign a new contract, or if he's done, I don't know. But
he'll probably end up re-signing with TNA.
He probably will. I mean, did you read about what happened with Bobby Roode?
They didn't sign him right. They didn't sign him again, but that was just miscommunication or something like that.
Yeah, it was, what's his name? Briscoe, I think that. No, was it Briscoe?
Who?
It's not the proper Briscoe, like, not a real Briscoe. It's like, no, I don't think it was his name wasn't Briscoe, was it? I'm just
Whoever did the signing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to actually find it on here. Where is it? Even more Bobby Roode TNA contract. No, I can't find his name, but
I was very disappointed that Bully Ray was the leader of Aces and Eight.
What? I'm like not that. I don't think it's that great, but I actually just love the turn. I think the whole way it was done was brilliant, and the way they had the fans start throwing stuff into the ring was really cool. It gave it a better feel. Because I think, it just made it all come together, and okay, maybe it's not the most exciting thing ever, but it's not one of those storylines where everything is just pushed together and they just have these random guys come out. They actually have everything make sense, and that's what happens when they've actually done what WWE never seems to do, and they've planned ahead with their storylines, and they've not just written it the night that it's going to happen. And
I remember at the start, he was always blaming James Storm. Poor James Storm. What's happened to him, man?
I think he's just on one of those rest periods. I mean, I don't think he's going to be out of it for long. The only thing with a rest period in TNA is you can have an okay rest period, which, Kurt Angle's had plenty of them, and he's come back to the main event. But
That's
then
Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's a freaking
AJ
beast.
Styles, I guess, has done it as well. But then you can also have a rest period in terms of Samoa Joe, and your career is basically, what's Samoa Joe gonna do now?
There's nothing for Joe to do with Joe's. I don't know. I think Joe should just come on over to the WWE, and maybe they can actually do something. Because I remember Austin once tweeting him telling him this guy should be signed by WWE, all this and that. He's real good. Like that, boom. And if you could get someone like Austin back you up, then shit, you must be good.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see him just be used better in TNA. Because to be honest, I think Samoa Joe is one of those guys that, if used right by TNA, is used much better in TNA.
Well, besides the streak that he had at the beginning, what has he done?
He had a few title runs and stuff, but ever since, and thinking back, it was probably 2010 where he got kidnapped, and then they never actually finished that storyline. That was when TNA was in a really bad point, and people complain about TNA now. Maybe it's just because I was a fan of TNA then that I really like it now, but it's certainly a lot better than that. But
yeah,
I think TNA actually is doing well. Going on the road and everything's really exciting. Of course, there's a couple things I'd rather have changed, but personally, I find it more entertaining than the WWE at this point in time.
Oh, you crazy? You crazy?
That's what I just have. I mean, I think it's more because of the kind of taste I'm suited to. I find WWE entertaining, but the thing is it's more, I will only find aspects of Raw entertaining, whereas I'll find almost all of Impact entertaining.
Well, they're what's it called? Their ratings have been going down.
Yeah, but the thing with ratings is it's not like
ratings and live event attendance on the UK tour went down by 54%. So that's kind of a big hurt right there.
Live attendance at live events was
already bad for them, but
that would be something I would worry about. But ratings not as much with the days of the internet, where people are going to be fans of you and they're going to order your pay-per-views, but they're not necessarily going. Like TNA post their whole show, almost their whole show. They cut out bits of it, but they post it online, which I think is really good because I think some people don't want to have to watch it.
WWE.
But yeah.
Raw.
Well, that's the thing. They seem to post things, but whenever I can't go on it because it's not for my country. Which this is the thing. The reason they do that is because the channel you can watch WWE on over here is a paid subscription channel, so they can't give it for free. But then it kind of levels itself out because if you have that paid subscription channel, you get like half the pay-per-views in the year free.
Beautiful.
Although it's always the crappy pay-per-views. I mean, it's never good ones.
WrestleMania.
Like Mania, Rumble, all them are all paid pay-per-views, and Rumble's the only one I ever buy. That's like no, not Rumble. What I'm talking about. WrestleMania is the only one I ever buy. I've never bought a pay-per-view other than that.
And don't even get Hulu Plus because they cut out so much out of it. They only give you 90 minutes, but they cut out pretty much the whole damn show.
I was reading about some of it. Like the first couple of weeks they had that. I'm reading about how much they cut out. And whoa, that is a lot that they do cut out.
Yeah, they cut out a lot. I'm like, fuck. Why am I? No, I want to watch the whole 3 hours. I actually sit down and watch the whole 3 hours. It's very time. It kills you, but
yeah. Well, I'm trying to do that right now to get excited for WrestleMania. That I said in the video. I don't necessarily do all of that. I do if it's something that I find entertaining, I don't just skip through the promo. I watch it. But having seen what some people said about that Miz TV segment, I decided not to watch that, and having actually then went back and watched a little bit of it, I'm happy I didn't. No, not Miz TV, it was the highlight reel.
The highlight reel?
Yeah.
Oh, they blame Brad Maddox for that, apparently. So.
I don't understand how they blamed Brad Maddox, because one, the Jaredtron didn't work. Two, I don't think Brad Maddox did that bad. I like the kind of character he plays, because it's different. Personally, I think The Miz and Barrett made it a little bit awkward. I just think they were a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way Barrett's been used right now on the mic, because he's not as effective as he was in Nexus. He was really effective on the mic back then, but now it's a bit more like he's gloating, and it just doesn't fit the character he should be.
Well, I don't know. They apparently, from what I'm reading, it's that Vince McMahon was telling Michael Cole to bury the segment on commentary because Cole apparently has some heat on him. Because I don't know why. See, it says right here that there was some heat on Cole with the feeling that the segment was bad, but most people wouldn't have noticed or said anything if it weren't for his comments during drawing attention. So I guess not many people would have noticed it if he wasn't saying all that stuff. But I don't understand Vince McMahon at times.
That's what I don't understand is if they're saying Vince McMahon told him to say that, then why is Cole getting heat for doing it?
Yeah, he's just doing his job, and what the hell's the point? What do you want him to do?
It's probably just because, Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon.
And he's like, if it doesn't go well, he'll blame you. If it goes well, it's like, oh, I did a great job.
Yeah,
and
I guess...
scary.
Yeah, but, talking about things I enjoy in WWE, despite the fact that he almost ruined it with his DUI and everything else, I actually really enjoy Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter right now.
It's a good thing, but I don't know. It's lost a little bit of its. I don't know. I just lost a little bit of it. I don't know. I was very interested at the beginning of it, and now I don't know. It might be because of Punk and Taker that I'm finding that one of the best one of all of them.
It definitely is, and I wonder how that feud would have actually turned out had Paul Bearer not died, which is obviously very sad. But
by the way, rest in peace, Paul Bearer. We love you.
Yeah. But, and people complain about the storyline. Apparently Paul Bearer's sons were backstage at Raw. I don't think they would have let that happen if they were backstage. I think it's just, that's how people who are that involved in the wrestling business want it. Vince McMahon, people say, how it's disrespectful what he does. He'll probably make his death a storyline. He'll die in the ring if he can. He
will, man. He'll do anything like that. That's his whole thing. Come on.
And, the thing is that's an entertaining storyline, but going back to Jack Swagger and that, I actually think that it's really entertaining because you get, Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger doing really well at doing certain things. You get, Berto Del Rio actually getting over as a face, which I didn't think would happen, even though Ricardo Rodriguez is probably more over than Berto Del Rio.
Ricardo Rodriguez is like, he's like the Santino right now.
And then, also, people were complaining why they would add comedy into this with their little skits or the promos that they do. I actually really think that was a good
idea.
That was a good idea because it kind of reminds me a bit of the Attitude Era. You can imagine someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin doing something like that. Maybe not Austin, but Edge and Christian would be a perfect example. They'd do something like that, and it actually, people complain they want the Attitude Era back. As soon as something happens,
Well, I think that's the beauty of it. I think that's the beauty of a rivalry, that you have that one side that's serious, which is usually always the heel, and then you have the guy that's over there cracking the jokes, and he's the face. That's what it is. That's what a face is. A face is someone who's going to make fun of your opponent, like The Rock. The Rock is a good example. He would always he would always start cracking jokes about them and all this and that, and then I know where he gets serious and says, I'm going to kick your ass, I'm going to do all this and that, and if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Talking about The Rock, it's kind of ironic how the last match, at WrestleMania, which is The Rock, Cena, will probably be the last match.
Of them ever?
The last match at WrestleMania, like the main event.
Oh, so they're gonna have another match then? Oh, damn it!
It's a little bit funny that is probably one of the least cared about matches.
It is, but
if someone was to ask me what's the card, like someone who's not watched WrestleMania, I was to ask what's the card for WrestleMania. I would probably take a minute to actually remember that Cena Rock is a match. I would probably say Ryback and Mark Henry if that's going to happen.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
See, how are they going to do that then? Because if they're not going to have their WrestleMania match, who are they going to face?
Mark Henry with? That's what I was wondering. I thought we were about to see Ryback's WrestleMania moment where he stomps around the ring with Mark Henry, shell shocks him right in the center of the ring, and boom.
Yeah.
That would have been one hell of a WrestleMania moment.
Because I don't want them to change what they're doing with the Shield now. I think it's the perfect opportunity having Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus versus the Shield. I think that's the best way to do it.
That would be beautiful, but now it looks like the Shield's gonna lose their first match at WrestleMania. In my opinion, I don't want them, but they're gonna probably lose.
The thing is with the Shield is like Aces and Eights has been going for 9 months. And to be honest, maybe this is just me, but it's also, I think, a lot of people on the internet, is they're still talking about Aces and Eights, and Aces and Eights is still the main event. Why is the Shield pushed so hard a card?
That's TNA's main storyline. TNA's main storyline, when they took on, what's his name, Bully Ray, Jeff Hardy, was there really a storyline between those two guys, really? No, there
I
wasn't.
don't-
It was Aces and Eight, and when it's your main storyline, I think that's what gets people talking. The WWE's main storyline isn't the Shield. The Shield's just there. That's just them.
I almost feel like this one of the WWE's main storylines should be the Shield because they made such an impact, and you'd think that they should be pushing that, but they're not. You know, I understand that you want to link it up, but to be honest, I mean, they're already just putting Cena Rock right down the can. They may as well just not do anything with it and focus on Swagger Del Rio, because that will be a good match, I would think, and it will be entertaining, and it will actually give us something to look forward to.
I think that match is going to be over in like last year's match. It's not going to be so fast. It's going to be fast and done. Simple as that.
And then Undertaker Punk, we know that'll be a good match.
That will be a good match just because of what those two guys can do.
And I think like the Undertaker will let Punk do a lot of the work. It will probably be some holds, and then Punk will do a lot of moves, and then the Undertaker will just do.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that one bit.
Yeah, it will be a competitive match for 10 minutes, and then it'll turn into a spot fest because the Undertaker can't go for that long. But the way that these two guys are telling stories, that's going to be just the fight.
You know what would surprise me if the Undertaker actually can go. People are like, they say he can't go, and now no, he just busts out and goes crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Undertaker just do that. And I'm going for Punk though. 20-1. That's what's gonna happen in WrestleMania. All right. I'm sticking by my guns. 20-1. CM Punk.
One match.
What would you do if that happened? If CM Punk actually beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania?
I would be very surprised.
Exactly. It would be like, did this shit just happen?
In my opinion, the person that should be the only person that WWE would let beat the Undertaker is John Cena. In my opinion, no one should beat the Undertaker. Honestly, I think that maybe they should have just ended the Undertaker last year because it was the end of the era. It seemed like a better idea to do that. But the thing is, it's the end of the era. But here's the thing. Triple H and Undertaker are both in matches this year, so what really ended?
They ended the Attitude Era, pretty much. That's what they ended.
But they're both still there wrestling at the next WrestleMania, so it's kind of still there.
Jericho's still there. Jericho's always been an Attitude Era guy. Big Show's been an Attitude Era guy.
Speaking of Jericho, apparently he's going to be facing Fandango.
That's a damn lie.
In my opinion, I would accept that because the thing that Jericho likes to do is go to WrestleMania and put people over. And there's, this guy not doing very well. There's no better choice than Chris Jericho, in my opinion, that could put him over. Because, to be honest, I want Fandango to do well because it's a different gimmick, and also I believe Johnny Curtis is a really talented guy.
Go. We gotta say it. Fandango.
The thing is they're doing with that is he's actually going to get legit heat because people are going to be annoyed at him, and then that's going to get him hated, and then maybe it will work out for him. But WWE are, not liking the storyline already. What's the point of even starting it if you're not going to like it? It just doesn't seem.
Look, I'm trying to figure out what Ziggler's going to be doing. That's going to be
I think apparently he's meant to be teaming with Biggie Langston to face Team Hell No.
For the titles?
I hope not, because I want the Primetime Players to take the titles, but...
I think haven't they done this before in a live show? I think they did it in a live show, and Team Hell No still won, but it was for the titles, it was the same team, so I don't know what they would do that.
I think the reason they're going to do it is basically it's Daniel Bryan and Ziggler basically, and AJ are basically kind of having the rivalry, and then Kane and Biggie Langston are kind of thrown in, and then maybe they're the monster kind of bodyguard people. But then also, I think it does, in some way, it leaves the Primetime Players without a match at WrestleMania. I really hope that they go back and let us get the Road Scholars and the New Age Outlaws at WrestleMania, but apparently that's not going to happen because the Road Scholars are meant to be teaming up, with the Bella Twins apparently to face Brodus Clay, Tensai, and Naomi and Cameron. Which would
not Caitlyn at all?
No, apparently she's meant to be facing Layla, or there's meant to be a Divas Battle Royal. And the other match that I heard about, this is the last one I heard about. But I'll just look it up for a second.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Where is it gone? Where's it gone? Removed WrestleMania 29 card. Where is it? Oh yeah, Barrett and the Miz.
Barrett and the Miz. That
Okay.
one's gonna. I thought it was Cesaro. I thought it was gonna be Cesaro and the Miz.
Yeah,
guess.
Cesaro is not on this rumored card, so I really, to be honest, if they
Then what
have,
the hell was the whole point of having him pushed and making him lift up
I
the
think-
Great Khali and all this
I
crap?
think if you have Barrett and the Miz, that's cool. You have Jericho and Fandango, you may as well do that. You have that Divas match. You have the Team Hell No versus Ziggler and Langston, which apparently is rumored to be a tag team title match. So you were right. Just have they're calling Bros Clay Sweet Tea. No, Tensai Sweet Tea now. Really? Oh, just okay. You have that match with Naomi and Cameron versus Cody Rhodes, Sandow, Nikki Bella, all that. And then my idea is, maybe you have Cesaro face Santino, and maybe not Santino. You have to find someone good. I would like to see him face a returning Evan Bourne, but I doubt that's going to happen. He probably won't be back in time. But
Ever.
one match I just kind of thought is get the New Age Outlaws involved and have them put over the primetime
See, I think-
at WrestleMania on the pre-show. That's
I think they were just a whole. They were just a plot thing to put into the match with Triple H and Brock Lesnar. I don't think they were really ever gonna be coming back seriously.
Mm.
I think it was just let's give
I
them
don't- I
one
don't-
match and make him come back again and have Brock Lesnar just fucking destroy him.
I don't see them coming back properly, but I just would like to see them put someone over.
Mm.
Wait, but
I think they would do it.
one idea, I'm just looking through the roster here. If Antonio Cesaro is going to face someone, you have Kofi Kingston. You could have, I know this won't happen because John Cena clearly doesn't like him, but you could have a returning Alex Riley face Cesaro. I would like that. Alex Riley's that's a good. You could have Bo Dallas. I don't think they're willing to push Bo Dallas. You could have a returning Christian. That would actually be a very good match.
Fuck Bo Dallas. I
You
hate
could-
Bo Dallas. Wait, did you just say the captain of charisma?
I would like if he could face him. That would be good. But and then because Christian's older, he may as well put him over.
And Christian's back, man. They just haven't found anything for him
Mhm.
storyline wise. I'm scared of that.
They
Usually when I
could-
hear that means they're gonna let him go.
They could push Biggie Langston, no, not Biggie Langston, Ezekiel Jackson, but there's no point because they obviously don't want someone who looks basically the same as Biggie Langston. Not being racist there, but it is,
Oh,
no, it is a big guy who's just a bodybuilder. It's
guys, that's what happened with Mason Ryan. There's too many big guys like that.
who else could you? You could have JBL return to the ring for one match with Cesaro. That could be okay. Please don't have Jerry Lawler return. That's just not right.
Jerry's gonna die at WrestleMania. Fuck.
You can have Justin Gabriel. Maybe.
He's a jobber now. Come on.
He could still have a good match. You can have Michael McGillicuddy if you turn him face. I'd like that. Michael McGillicuddy. I want to see if he's actually going to get a push after both The Rock and Triple H are on his side. Surely he can get a push after that.
Wait, Triple H has joined his side?
Basically, Triple H has apparently said that he likes him.
Oh, that's gonna be big right there. That's the next Sheamus right there.
You have R-Truth, although the thing is R-Truth and Kobe were feuding with Road Scholars, and that's been dropped. See, this is the kind of thing they do. You could have Sin Cara.
Nah.
No.
I heard that's what's gonna happen. I heard Sin Cara was gonna be the guy to take on Cesaro. But, I don't know, man.
If they're not going to have Ryback face Mark Henry, you may as well have Ryback do it and win a title. That wouldn't be bad. That's probably the best
Cesaro?
option, to be honest. You'd have Ted DiBiase return and have him do it, or who else do we have?
What's Henry gonna do? Because he came back so freaking dominant and scary as hell, and now
Mark Henry's going to lose his push. That's exactly what's going to happen.
that's some bullcrap. He came back scary. It was like, shit, Mark Henry's back. Mark Henry's kicking ass. And now, well, what's he gonna do at WrestleMania?
And also, lastly, this is the wild card to face Antonio Cesaro. This guy, this guy is one that surely the WB want to push. It's Zack Ryder.
I
This is-
love Zack Ryder. I love him, but they're not gonna do shit with him anymore. They killed Zack Ryder.
Anyway, we may as well talk about something else because we've talked a little bit about.
This is pretty much our WrestleMania one right here. This is our WrestleMania podcast.
Well, yeah, because it's April. It's early April, so yeah, we won't have a podcast out until afterwards. But maybe we should talk a little bit about.
Podcast too, if you want to.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute. We may as well just take
Or
a break. from
Hogan
this.
possibly becoming the next TNA champion at
Seriously,
Slammiversary.
if that happens, no, I'm never. Like, this is the thing. People have been saying this. People are pretty sure now that he's actually having a joke when he says this, because there's no way that Hulk Hogan could wrestle a match. It's just. Have you seen the guy? He's gonna have two fake. He's gonna have two.
Look at John Cena. Oh!
He's gonna have two replaced knees. He's, I think, got a replaced hip, and he's had like 8 back operations. There's no way. Like,
Watch him actually want. That would be the worst thing for the company's history.
He looked worse. He looked bad enough 1.5 years ago. I don't think even TNA are that dumb.
I hope not, because if they are that dumb, oh my god.
So, before we go on to lockdown, and just not talk about that Hogan thing because it's just such a bad idea, how about we talk about the new YouTube layout? Have you seen the new channel layout?
Fuck those layouts, they fucking suck.
Here's the thing, this is what I normally think, but this one is drastically changed, and while I would like to see a little bit more customization, I actually quite like it. I'll link you to my channel just to show you. I think Stories has already seen it. Stories, you were saying a minute ago that you actually like this one. If you want to go take this and say what you like about it.
You suck butt.
It's alright. It's just, it's more organized now. But, like, I don't like how they removed the background.
Yeah, well, you still get the channel art, Ricky, if you've got the link. You can
There's
go.
no background?
There's a little channel art thing at the top, which I used my Royal Rumble poster for, but then, like, it doesn't actually show Royal Rumble, but it's fine because it shows a heap of superstars, but...
Excuse me, how come mine still has a background?
Because you haven't changed yours yet, you have to actually opt in to change it. They'll change it for you eventually, but right now it's just a choice.
This seems so generic though.
It does, and...
There's no... just give me a second, I have to go cry.
There's a couple of cool things. Like, you can have a trailer, basically just the same as the normal video. I mean, it's not that much, but you do get to see the information on it. I like the way the playlists are put out. I do like that. I also quite like the popular uploads. You can add that as a little widget, which is cool, because you can see all my most popular uploads. I got one with 18,000 views, and then it drops all the way down to like 2,000 views.
I'm gonna get no views at all.
And you can... No, you're not, but, you know. Yeah, maybe. I'm kidding. But, wait. I went off of it there. You can add a couple other things, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Where can I add these little things? Content. Okay, so you can add things like likes, recent posts, tags. Okay, none of them I would add.
Hey.
You get what we mean about that. It's okay. It's just YouTube changing it, but when it's a free site, what we're gonna do? We can still upload videos for free, and you can watch them for free. So, you know, we'll just have to deal with it.
I don't like this crap one bit. Don't like it one bit. I'm done. I'm done, son. I'm done.
So, okay, we'll talk about lockdown, I guess. Personally,
I don't think I can even move on anymore. I'm done. I'm dead. Thank you for killing me.
in honesty, with lockdown, it was okay. It wasn't the best TNA pay-per-view I've ever seen, but it was good enough, and it kind of built storylines. People complained that the X Division match didn't have any build, when actually, actually it did have some kind of a build. It wasn't proper build, but it had some kind of a build. But what I do defend that with is, one reason a lot of people used to like the X Division was that there was a heap of guys that were in it, and they'd just appear on and off TV, and it would be like, okay, this guy has a shot. It's a young guy, he just has the chance to go out there and win the title. It's kind of like a wild card thing. But people actually don't seem to realise that, so it's a lot about, people will will say, we want the old X Division back, but as soon as they actually get something, they don't like it so much. I like that X Division match.
Or it's not the old X Division anymore,
Yeah,
or it's not this.
I like that X Division match. I think, even though it didn't have any build, the match worked well. Kenny King is a great champion, Christian York plays a really good face, and Sima Ion can work really well just to do some amazing moves. So that was a good match. Robbie E, Robbie T. Okay, yeah, it wasn't a classic wrestling match, but do you really want that? The whole card? No, you need something different, and this was a match where
That different.
this was a match where, unlike with the X division, it wasn't a spot fest. It was a match where they told a story, and that story was he was obviously scared of Robbie T, and he was trying to get one over on him, and it didn't work. And this is the thing: Robbie T 2 years ago, before he was part of with Robbie E, was always being like shouted at. Like people would shout in forums. They would say, "You know what? No, this guy should be gone. This guy isn't any good." Now. People are saying, you should give this guy a push, and I agree, because this guy is actually a lot better than he used to be.
Remember the same thing with Drew McIntyre? No, a lot of people did not like Drew McIntyre. They're like, oh no, he fucking sucks. He's giving him everything. Blah blah blah. Now they should push Drew McIntyre. It's
I always
internet's a
liked
very
McIntyre.
weird place. Yeah, I know. He's your boy. He's your boy. You guys used to drink beers together over there in Scotland.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Personally, that match, the Robbie T match, I like that. The Knockouts match, it built up a story. I mean, it did well with that, and I guess we get to see the TNA needs some face women now, because I think Mickie James should probably be turning heel soon. So you may as well turn the referee into a wrestler, because she was before, but she was no good. But they put her to OVW, and she's actually been doing okay work there. And with some of the, if you go put her in the ring with Gail Kim, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a half decent match. Makes
anyone look good.
She makes Velvet Sky look half good in the ring, so she may.
Whoa.
Well, Velvet Sky, I mean,
Yeah, Velvet Sky's not that good.
Most
She's more about the looks than anything else.
The funny thing is because TNA have so many good knockouts that actually you never see too many bad matches with Velvet Sky. But when you put her in the ring with some of the unexperienced people, I think it was maybe Rosita she maybe had a match with, she didn't look that great. So, let's see, what else did we have at Lockdown? Some other matches.
I blame Tara for that. Tara makes everyone look good.
Yeah, Joey Ryan, Joseph Park, people again complaining no build-up. I don't think they
Joey
understand.
Ryan's still there?
Yeah, Joey Ryan. I think the reason that they kept him off TV for a bit was because the whole thing was that Matt Morgan beat the crap out of him. Which I didn't know. Apparently he turned on him after their pay-per-view match. I didn't actually know that happened, because I obviously didn't watch that part. But I think Joey Ryan, he's just, again, a comic relief guy. They have so many people in this thing, they can't just have more serious people, and Joey Ryan's just happy to be that comedy guy, and he'll do that well on the road. He'll get his chance. Joseph Park, this is why it was a filler match, and this is why there was no build-up, because they're just building Joseph Park up right now, because they can't have him in the main storyline, because there's so much focus on Aces and Eights, and then there's so much focus on this thing, then that thing, that you can't build a proper story with him there. So they're just slowly building it up, getting the fans on his side, so when eventually he's revealed as being a base, or he turns heel, or whatever, people actually care.
So you need to have that filler match in every pay-per-view. You just can't have them all be seriously good matches.
And also, personally, I think the way this card was laid out, like this match is first, this match is second, was actually really good. The only thing is because they were doing the cage, because TNA does it differently, and they don't lower it, they put it together, they put all three cage matches last. I personally would have liked to see Kurt Angle and Briscoe mixed in with the other matches, just to give us some time away from the cage. But it wasn't that bad. They used the cage differently in all three matches, so it was good. Then you had the freeway tag match. This is the weird thing, if WBE used to do something like this, or they do a triple threat match, it normally sucks. But TNA, whenever they have multiple team tag matches, it's really, really good, because they can pull off good spots, and this was a good match. Not as good as the Bound for Glory one, which was probably one of my my favourite matches in the last couple of years, but it was still a very good match.
Who was in that match?
You had Chavo and Hernandez, who, let's be fair, they're not going to be the greatest. Chavo's not that entertaining anymore. Hernandez, he can be the big guy. Then you had Bad Influence, who are the best. They're very, very good. Then you had Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, who also do things very well. So it was going to be a good match. They can make anybody look good. Just a lot of people can do that in TNA, which I think a lot of people in WWE lack. Chris Jericho has that. He can make a lot of people look good, but can I?
They don't want to over there in WWE. All they want is the fucking money. It's all about the money.
Kurt Angle, Wes Briscoe. Good match. It built everything up, and it's good that they didn't put Kurt Angle over Wes Briscoe in his first proper match. They actually know what they're doing with that one. Lethal Lockdown, I was kind of annoyed when I said, they didn't use the roof. Sadly, the roof of the cage, it malfunctioned, so they couldn't actually use it. So, you can't really blame TNA for that. Maybe they could have tested it, but,
You can't blame anyone for one of those thingies,
It was a really good match. it was a lot of good spots, and I liked the way it ended. Only problem with it is sometimes it just seemed like it was like hitting each other with weapons for ages. But I guess that's what you're gonna get when you have like 10 guys in a ring. And then you had Bully Ray, Jeff Hardy, which I don't know why I do this with TNA matches. I watch the whole pay-per-view, really entertained, and this is probably because it's like 3 in the morning almost by the time it gets to this. I then watch this match. I always just get to the main event, and I just close my laptop screen, and I just lie there and wait to the end of the match so I can see what happens. So I came back where he did the big powerbomb, which was an awesome spot.
Like, damn.
Then I saw the whole turn, which I think was done really well. I love the way they threw the trash into the ring, and I think that whole thing was good. You know, okay, it wasn't the big surprise. I think some people predicted it, but to be honest, did you really think if people didn't, go and look on the internet about everything, it wouldn't have been a surprise?
No, it would have been a surprise if the internet wasn't around.
Like most of these people, I don't think, no one would have known about Luke Gallows being in that group had it, not been on the internet. No one would have known about Mike Knox had not been on the internet.
See, no one would know a whole bunch of things if it wasn't for the internet. If you go on the internet, you're going to find out everything. You're going to know everything, and everything that comes out won't be a surprise. That's the bad part about the internet.
Yeah, and I mean, people will complain about it, but it's really if they want to go on the internet.
They'll be like, oh, I don't want to see Mike Knox, or I don't want to see Garrett Bischoff, and what's the other guy's name?
Wes Briscoe.
Wes Briscoe. I already know it's going to be them, and when you saw their match when they came out, you were like, I already know it's going to be them. I already know. I don't give a shit.
Thing is,
what's the show?
The only people you could maybe tell, I mean, maybe you could have thought if you're kind of a smart person, well, not a smart person, but someone who's maybe more in tune with the company and you weren't on the internet, maybe you could have thought, okay, maybe Bully Ray will turn here, but you wouldn't have known for definite.
So you wouldn't have known that at all.
In terms of Briscoe, you could tell because of his hair. I mean, that one was obvious, but,
But what's it called? What's his name? Bischoff? You didn't know he was gonna turn.
Yeah,
He had that good guy face, like, oh, I'm just a good guy over here, just smiling, looking like a fool.
But
you see, but the internet killed you there.
And people complain about it, but then the thing is if it wasn't the internet, it wouldn't be as great. And I think people should appreciate TNA a bit more, because people will really kiss WWE's ass a lot. And Ring of Honor is in some way as well, because they'll just think, yeah, I'm different, I like Ring of Honor. But TNA is that middle ground no one wants to be a part of. And I like all three. I don't criticize a lot. Occasionally I will criticize some, like I'll say, maybe TNA could have done this better, or Ring of Honor can be kind of boring sometimes.
WWE could work their little cameras right. Fuck, or maybe that Jericho show, or the highlight. Fuck that crap,
Yeah. But no, I think people just don't seem to go for TNA that much right now, which is fine, because they're not the underdog anymore, so people think that. But if people actually wait a little bit, I think TNA is actually going to do really well this year. They just need to do a few more things. I mean, people...
If this thing going live and to other places doesn't work, I don't know what's going to help them be big. If it doesn't work where they're going from city to city to city, if that doesn't work, it's going to hurt. But if it does work, oh baby, 2014 is going to be one interesting year in wrestling.
You do have to think, I don't know if WB will ever raise their... This is the thing, WB, when they were with WCW and they were rivals with them, they stepped up their product to improve it. Now, because WB have way more money than TNA and they have all these things, they're just going to use slander and they're just going to do all these things. Have you ever, every time a TNA superstar who used to be in WWE does well, for example, Jeff Hardy or the Dudleys, they put up their profiles on the WWE. They just did the Dudleys just because that's what just happened. And that's the kind of tactics WWE are going to use. They're not going to improve their show, but TNA's is going to get a lot better if they start getting closer, and that's kind of what I like, because TNA is a lot more wrestling orientated.
Well, WWE has already been said that it's an entertainment company. It's not wrestling. It's nothing like that. I think there's some couple videos out there where Vince McMahon they tell him, what about your competition? And he goes, I have competition. And then what's it called? Like, what about UFC? And they go like, well, that's a sport. We're just entertainment, and that's about it. So the question is, will WWE see TNA as an actual threat if they get to that level?
Here's the thing.
Will they act like, oh, this is just a wrestling company, whatever, let them be.
Here's the thing. they say they don't see him as a threat, but why are they doing these little things to try and put TNA down if they don't? WWE don't see them as a threat necessarily, not a WCW type threat, but they know that this company has, if it can get it right, has some of the assets that could actually do really well to do something. And I think one thing you do have to think is, you're saying if it doesn't work this year, if we're going on the road doesn't work, what can this company do to get big? You do have to remember, where was WWE when it was in its, what is it now, like 12th year for TNA? The WWE weren't doing that great, so you do have to.
It was a different time back then when you think about it too.
But
You didn't have all the resources you have now.
Yeah.
Right now you have the resources of the internet, and that internet is very powerful when you know how to use it. You can actually promote yourself quite well on the internet.
Thing is what TNA are doing, they're actually doing this really smart. Like, the places they've went, one, they're, like, there's always really good crowds, because one, they've never seen TNA live before, most of them. Two, it's also like they've went to places where a lot of people maybe don't go to WWE. The places they're picking, okay, maybe not Chicago, but the next place they're going, that is actually...
is today the first show in Chicago?
It is, yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to be at work.
But the... what you call it? The place they're going to next is actually a place that hasn't had a WWE show in it for 15 years. So they're doing it very smart. They're going to places where the crowd have not seen wrestling at this at this, level for a long, long time. So they know the crowd's going to be good and it's going to be all the best fans. Because WWE, they'll continuously go to arenas and it's really hard for them to get a good crowd. TNA are going to get a good crowd for the next year.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they do good. I'm hoping they get some success, just so everybody can beef up their game, because that's when the business is best, when there's a competition around.
Looking on Twitter, Dixie Carter just tweeted that there's a couple new floor seats just added for the Chicago show, and that they're going fast. So it looks kind of good for TNA. Chicago is definitely a city that's good to start in.
Well, Chicago's a wrestling town, man.
Yeah, you would think they're interested in TNA, so...
They love wrestling. Whatever it is, they'll love it. They'll go to it, and that's the beauty of that town right there.
There was one thing I posted on a forum a couple of days ago. That was random. There's a couple of things. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Okay. There was a thing I posted on a forum a couple of days ago about TNA, and I'm just actually going to read it out because it was kind of an interesting thought I had. And were you going to say something just before I go?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were. It was probably just something about Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana's awesome, by the way, guys.
Colt Cabana has made me pay for these advertisements of him. You are now being subliminally messaged by Colt Cabana.
And of course that does mean, Colt, you're going to have to put us on the Art of Wrestling.
You have to now. I'm sorry about that.
How cool would that be? How cool would that be?
I think you would die. I think you would be like, I can't say a word. I think you would be Stories right now. You wouldn't be able to say anything right now. I think Stories would be doing all the talking and you'd just be back there like, yeah, I'm just, oh my god!
Oh, cool. Anyway, okay, so this is what I wrote. Okay, so the title was TNA competing for wrestlers, and what I said is, okay, I know TNA won't be tempting Cena or Punk or anyone like that to come to them. But TNA are now providing quite a more watchable product than they were before, which I think we can all agree with. A product which you could say is more suited to a lot of wrestlers who grew up with being fans, and also just the people in WWE who are mid-carders / low-carders, they may want to move to TNA. Now, some of you may think that, TNA won't won't interest them, but when it's offering a better chance, and possibly, a better pay than it was before, and it's offering a slightly less hectic, schedule, who's to say guys like Joe Henning, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and Kofi Kingston won't be tempted by TNA? It's the lighter schedule, it's just, they might get a better push, they're going to get bigger, they're going to get more time in the ring. They're definitely going to make a bigger name for themselves if TNA get onto bigger stages like they are now. And, I do realize there's quite a few guys who are just WWE orientated and won't go to TNA, but you've got to think a few guys probably will maybe want to go to TNA. Do you think, WWE do has to watch out with some of their mid/lower carders could go to TNA? And of course people are always going to go, oh, TNA are always taking former WWE talents. Well, I have a kind of a problem with that when they're getting all the old talents. If you're going to take a guy who's in the prime of his career just because WWE aren't using him right, I don't see a problem with that.
See, I don't think WWE will let that happen. They got that money. Money. Yeah, yeah.
They do, but do you really think WWE's going to go, oh no, TNA are getting Zack Ryder, let's go pay him double his pay? I don't think they'll care, but...
Okay, if it's Zack Ryder, they won't. They won't care.
That's the thing,
But-
all these guys, these mid-carders, low-carders, they...
If it's a guy like Kofi Kingston, they will actually care because they know what Kofi's potential can be. But they just haven't been tapped.
I think they've just wasted Kofi Kingston, and I think that if, Kofi Kingston went, look, TNA really want me, I'm really interested in this, if you don't pay me, double what I'm getting now, you put in these clauses, you push me, I'm leaving, they're just going to go, well, fine, leave, because we don't think TNA can do anything good with you. But the thing is, TNA have shown they can actually do things quite well with people, and, I don't think WWE should be necessarily worrying about it, but they do have to.
See, I think they've learned from history, though. I think they know what would happen if they let someone like that go. It's been, it's going to be, they're pretty much going to be playing the role of WCW against TNA and WWE, that would be the role right there. It'd be like just switched around. They would probably let Kofi Kingston go, and Kofi would probably become big, and then it would hurt them. They'll be like, oh, why did we let him go? All this and that. Like when Austin was fired from WCW, and he went to WWE, and just became the biggest shit ever.
Mm-hmm. Well...
So it's like, come on.
Maybe
draw me one of your French girls. Alright?
Okay, well, how about for the last 15 minutes we talk about some other things? Because
wait. I just found a funny meme of Fandango wearing a Pope thingy saying, Pope Francis, you have to let the A's breathe. What the fuck? Okay.
I'm going to see. Is that on Wrestling Law? Oh, yeah, I can see, because I see the Kenny King one you just talked about. Pope Francis.
Fucking Fandango. Oh
we better stop talking about these because sadly you people cannot see them.
Wait, and for Jedi Mind Tricks, you want to see Brock versus Cena too? Whoa.
Okay, how about this? So, guys, what are you doing on YouTube right now? What's you doing on your channel? What do you think is interesting?
Let stories go.
Nothing much, just storylines.
Anything you want to say about your Wrestlemania? Because certainly talking to you about it actually sounds pretty interesting in my opinion.
I'm planning on doing a live stream for it over at Twitch TV.
Yeah, do you know how to do all of that and stuff? Alright, you might want to do some test streams just in case it's sometimes a little bit hard to get. Which reminds me, I always said that we're going to do some streams when I get my desktop, and I've got my desktop, so we'll have to do some streams soon, guys.
I'm sorry, I'm watching the funniest John Cena joke ever. You know what Skip Sheffield said when he got injured? I'll be right back.
Oh.
And then he gets booed off stage. He's thrown at him, oh my god. Oh shit, that was funny.
Anyway, well, well, I don't know about you guys, but I have not played Xbox properly in a while. I am not that enthralled with any games right now. I'm gonna have to wait until all the new games come out, and hopefully, 2K14, WWE 2K14. Hopefully it's good. It's going on with 2K.
It's over, man. It's over. It's gonna be the same thing as last year. Nah.
Well, Ukes are still doing it, so that's why I'm worrying about. Maybe it will be,
the same thing.
Yeah, maybe it will be the same thing. Which I hope it's not, but I think it's going to be similar. But from what I've seen with the people like Corey Ledesma, Audrey Sitterson on Twitter, they've been saying that there's a lot of interesting things going around. So I'm guessing that Take-Two are working really hard on it, and it's actually maybe not going to be too bad.
I hope not, man. I hope it's not that bad, but we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Yeah.
One in the future, there'll always be that one person say, "Oh, this game sucks," but
yeah, but
there's a question: has Triple H ever finished a bottle of water?
No.
No.
I don't.
So he just goes out there and wastes water.
I think he does.
Fuck you, Triple H.
He's not very good with the environment, is he? He's not. Wait, I'm actually going to joke. Okay, we've kind of run out of ideas for the podcast, so how about we just go and do random things here? Okay, I've just typed in wrestling jokes, and let's see what I get here. If Kobe Kingston and Dynamite Kid were a tag team, what would their name be? Boom goes the Dynamite.
Oh,
Hilarious.
terrible. That's just terrible. Come on, man.
Why does Vince... I'm pretty sure these are meant to be bad, but I don't know. Why does Vince want to go to heaven?
Because there's no chance in hell.
Because he has no chance in hell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why did Kevin Nash cross the road?
He couldn't because his knees cracked or something like that. No.
He didn't. He already tore his quad stepping off the curb.
Oh.
Why does Big Show lose his way so frequently?
I don't know.
He keeps turning. Yeah.
Oh.
How many members of the IWC does it take to put up a light bulb? 100. One to screw in and another 99 to complain about how it's not like the light bulbs from the Attitude Era.
Oh shit! Oh, that was funny. That one was out there. Oh my god!
Accidentally ran over a kid wearing a John Cena t-shirt today. In my defense, I couldn't see him.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
some of these are terrible. What did the Japanese tell? Well, no, what did John Cena tell the Japanese chef?
What
You can't sha me. No, shimi. I think that's what it's might be pronounced like.
Can't see me.
What did Devon tell Bubba when they were working at McDonald's?
Get the tables.
Oh, Bubba, test the fries.
Oh.
Oh, that is good. Why was Ultimate Warrior fired from the pet shop?
Why?
He couldn't sell pedigree.
Oh.
Seen that?
Ouch.
Yep. What did Hulk Hogan ask in arts and class? What you gonna glue, brother? Oh no, these are bad. Oh, we got a Chris Benoit one. Oh, should we tell it? Oh, wait, I better read this before I read it out loud.
Oh, it's over.
Why can't Chris Benoit go to the gas station?
Whoa, why?
Because he always carries matches. See?
Oh,
It's not bad. And in brackets. Oh, but also in brackets, and he's dead.
What if Paul Bear's still alive, man? And he's planning to come back at WrestleMania to screw CM Punk, huh?
If they did that, I tell you right now, the reaction would be so like people would not be happy.
They would not. It's probably not, but that would be crazy. Oh.
Dudleys were getting ready for a dinner party when Bubba realized they weren't prepared yet. Quickly he yelled, "Devon, set the table!" Oh, so bad, but he's like if normal people heard them, they'd be like, "What the hell?" But we're like, "I get it." Matt Hardy's so fat he sat on a rainbow and Skittles fell out.
Woo!
What did John Cena say to his teacher when she gave him an average report card? "You can't see me."
Oh, come
Terrible.
on.
I should say that too. We should say that to teachers. What did CM Punk tell Adam Copeland when he tried to feel him up?
What?
I'm straight edge.
Oh. Okay, you're done. Someone cut this guy off. He needs to stop. He's just... Stop him.
I just read this one. RVD and Jeff Hardy get into the car. Who's driving?
Neither of them, because they're too high?
The police.
The police! Oh! Oh!
Oh
He
god.
went there!
Some of these are terrible, but I can't help but laugh.
He went there. He really went there.
Why does Mick Foley buy supermarket brand cola?
I don't know.
He always goes for the cheap pop.
Ouch! Ouch!
What do you call David Otunga without talent?
David Otunga?
Correct.
That's awful. Come on, people love David Otunga.
What did Batista say when he was hit with a baseball?
I don't know.
Oh, not baseball, basketballs, I'm sorry.
Basketball? I don't know.
Basketballs don't hold grudges.
Oh, ouch.
I don't get that one. Did I miss something? Oh.
You're bad. You're bad. Go look it up on YouTube.
What do you want? Wait, what do you get when you go to Sean Waltman's house during the summer?
One night in, I don't know,
porno? Night in China? No. X-Pac heat. Okay, these are getting progressively worse.
I don't know, that Rob Van Dam Jeff Hardy one was pretty bad.
Why did Rikishi become a Chinese food chef?
He did it for the Chinese.
You did it for the wok.
The what? He did it for the walk. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, wait.
Okay. Oh, Rikishi.
What's the name of Chris Jericho's sex book?
I invented that?
Armbar, Guide to 1004 sex positions.
Oh my god! Oh, God.
Oh, okay, you might have to have seen a clip on YouTube to get this one. Some people might not notice it at first, but what does Eddie Guerrero say when he misses his wife?
No, I don't know.
Where the fuck was Vicky? Seen that when he falls off the ladder and
Yeah.
Vicky's maybe there?
Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, you're terrible. Why are you going there? No more Ben Bar Guerrero jokes.
Okay, I'm just looking for more. Where is it? Oh, why couldn't Hulk Hogan sleep in the 80s?
Why?
He would never lie down for more than 3 seconds.
Oh.
Okay, here's another one that, well, this won't explain itself. Want to hear a wrestling joke?
TNA?
David Otunga.
Ah!
Poor David Otunga, he should not read this page.
Love
Well,
that. Right?
what does Jerry the King Lawler say every time he goes to a funeral?
Puppies?
That's it, he's dead.
Oh, how dare you go there? Ouch.
Okay, why doesn't TNA have any light bulbs?
I don't know.
Oh wait, is that the... Okay, I think this is maybe the answer to it actually, but it looks long. Ric Flair ordered a pizza, got angry, that it took 20 minutes to arrive, so he cut a promo on the delivery guy, busting himself open with one of the light bulbs, then proceeding on giving the elbow drop and dropping knees to the rest of them, eventually taking a bump on the shattered glass while everyone says he still got it.
That's a terrible.
Yeah, that was long-winded and it was not very good.
Yeah. That was awful.
Why does John Cena do a 5-knuckle shuffle?
Why does he do a 5-knuckle shuffle?
It's counting the number of moves he can do, dude.
Oh, he's got that 6-1 coming in. That wannabe Hurricanrana. Come on.
When Dolph Ziggler introduced himself to Vince McMahon, who did Vince introduce Dolph to?
Mr. Ass?
The nearest shovel.
Was it Triple H's shuffle?
I think it's meant to be that he's getting buried.
Oh, it's probably Triple H's shovel. That
Why?
shovel.
Why did Sheamus break up with his latest girlfriend? I like this one.
Why?
Because she told too many lies. Too many lies. Oh god, that was terrible. I just heard that song so much. It's
Too many limes. Is it limes or limes? Like the little fruit.
I think it's too many lies.
It should be limes. It would get him more over. Too many limes. Too many limes. There you go.
Um,
What the hell is that?
how does Kevin Steen sort his laundry?
How?
Filthy goes there. Filthy goes here. Filthy but wearable goes there. Oh, Kevin Steen.
That mother.
How many WB fans does it take to put up a light bulb?
None.
None. They don't need one. They all have to be in bed by 7.
Oh, come on!
Offended. I'm offended.
I'm definitely offended. Definitely not offended.
Well, we've got through the whole podcast. It doesn't seem like it's that long, does it? Like it takes us ages to organize it, but by the time we do it, we kind of go through it quickly, don't we?
Exactly. That's the story of life.
At least in what I think. I'm sure everyone hates talking to me. I'm kidding, but no. We have ECOW uploading now, basically all the videos. Me and Rookie are just like, you know what? You guys, you guys can upload because we are just like, the bosses here. We just do the podcast. It's fine.
We're dead inside. I did what I had to do. I did my little King of the Ring tournament.
Don't worry, we'll upload eventually when we have
Never.
Eventually when we have time. I just can't think of ideas for videos. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing with my storylines, but when it comes to community and when it comes to my other channel, I just cannot think of what to do. It's really bad.
I got 69 views. Oh, yeah.
But, anyway, we will progress. We are done.
Fuck YouTube with their new little layout.
This one's been a little bit, we did different things in here. We told the wrestling jokes which were terrible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with these terrible wrestling jokes. And this should be going out on Saturday. I mean, I don't know when we're going to upload these all now. It'll just depend. But
on all the whole podcast. That's the real joke.
But anyway, we are going to go now, and we'll see you next month, guys. Let's all say bye at the same time in unison. The stories, you got to join in.
Story.
I'm going to count to 3. 1,
7,
2,
8,
3.
9.
Bye.
Back. This is the moment.